$1 million. That's how much. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Psych. I wish. But Sean's the name, and today we're talking about how much money I actually made in my first year in the real estate industry. And no, I'm not a real estate agent. Contrary to popular belief, you can actually make money in real estate in other ways besides being a real estate agent. So let's do it. Now, if you're a subscriber on this channel, you'll know that I run a mortgage company called X2 Mortgage, and I am a mortgage loan officer, not a real estate agent. And if you didn't know that, then you need to subscribe to this channel right now. And a mortgage loan officer is kind of like a real estate agent, besides the fact that we don't sell houses, we sell mortgages. And you don't really hear much about mortgage loan officers because most of the time you talk to a real estate agent and a real estate agent refers you to a mortgage loan officer. When in reality, it should be the other way around because you should get your finances aligned before you start shopping for homes. But I say it's similar to being a real estate agent because as a loan officer, we have to go out and generate our own business. We have to educate our clients through the home buying process, the financing side of things at least, and we have to actually put together a good file for our client to ensure that we can actually get that loan funded by the bank, lender, or investor. So it's pretty much all about real estate besides not actually showing homes. It's more so the financing side of things. So I guess a lot of people always ask, well, do you still get paid the same amount that a real estate agent would, right? Real estate agents make anywhere from 2 to 3% of the purchase price of the home that they are selling. We do not get paid that way, unfortunately. Now, we are fully commissioned like a real estate agent, and we are paid based on the size of the deal, but not necessarily the purchase price. We get paid based on the size of the loan amount, and it's a percentage of that loan amount after kind of all of the costs to originate a loan, which is kind of a lot because you got to pay other people who work on it, like processors and closers and things like that. You have to pay credit report fees and income verification fees and all sorts of stuff like that. So there are a lot more costs associated with it, but essentially you'll get paid a percentage of the loan amount when you're a mortgage loan officer. And the percentage at which you get paid is going to vary drastically based on the company you actually work for and the type of loan officer you actually are. For a self-sourcing loan officer, which is what I am, I was paid in my first year of originating mortgages about 1.3% of the loan amount. It was actually a little bit less than that, kind of depending on the deal and whatnot. And that was actually a little bit lower than kind of the industry norm, mainly because I was brand spanking new. I had no idea what I was doing. I had to rely on my mentors that got me into the industry and kind of walked me through all of my deals. I was paid a little bit lower, but roughly about 1.3%. And you have to remember that that's loan amount, not purchase price or home value that those homes are being sold at. A lot of people could be putting down sizable down payments, which will lower that loan amount quite a bit. But in my first year, I did about 5.5 million in overall volume, and that was comprised of, I think, 29 loans. Which, looking at it now, it feels like such a small amount to do in a year since I do like 4 to 5 times that now. However, that's really good for your first year in self-sourcing mortgages. The average loan officer is gonna get done typically about 7 to 10 loans in their first year. So I was pretty stoked with the amount of volume I was able to do right from the start. At the end of the day, my W-2 income in the first year in real estate was $66,287.72. So really not bad at all. And this was actually pre-inflation, pre-COVID. So that as a yearly salary was actually not bad. I did grind my face off my first year. I still grind my face off, but I grinded a ton for that money. I was probably averaging anywhere from 50 to 60 hour work weeks, 52 weeks a year. So when you factor that in, it's probably not that good. If you actually take that yearly income and you divide it by 55 hours for 52 weeks a year, you get like a measly $23.17 per hour, which is not stellar, but also not bad for like a 22-year-old. And you have to kind of remember that in any type of role or job where your earning potential is uncapped, I mean, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars every single year. You have to kind of, know that you're starting out, your first couple years of doing it is gonna be a lot harder and you're gonna make a lot less money. And that goes for any type of industry, whether it's insurance, whether you're selling solar, whether you're doing something like that. It's always gonna be harder your first year. And I do kind of want to double down and revisit the fact that I was getting paid a lot less per loan that I was doing than most loan officers in the industry. The average loan officer will get anywhere from 1.6% to 1.8% of the loan amount that they're doing. So, as you're in it for a longer period of time, one, you're doing more volume, but you're actually getting paid more as well per loan. So it's really just a grind when you start out. I mean, it's always a grind, but it's more so a grind when you start out. And as you kind of keep going, it gets a lot easier in terms of earning potential. You have to kind kind of pay your dues when you're starting out. And I will kind of say, for anyone who's interested in kind of getting into the real estate industry, right, you can go the traditional real estate agent route, or if you go the route of kind of an MLO, a mortgage loan officer, I'll just tell you flat out, regardless of which route you go, it's gonna be hard. It is not easy by any means. But again, the potential that you have in the real estate industry is pretty much unmatched to any other industry out there. And actually, one of the coolest things, in my opinion, with working in the real estate industry is you actually get some opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have seen. For example, when a deal falls out, or you have a property that maybe someone came to you with that doesn't hit the market yet, I mean, you could do some flips a lot easier. You're just involved in the community a lot better, so there's a lot more opportunities to make some pretty good money, which I always think is really cool. Oh, and if you're actually interested in learning kind of what it takes and what the process is and kind of the step-by-step on how to become a loan officer, I made a video on that in the past. I'll leave it linked down below for you to kind of check out. But I'm also going to be making a video soon of how much money, kind of a seasoned loan officer like myself would be making now, where I'll kind of break down the income I've kind of seen over the last couple years, and you can kind of see the trajectory and the path of what it's like to take a career in the mortgage industry, which I think would be really cool because there's not a whole lot of transparency when it comes to this. So don't forget to subscribe. But that's it. $66,287.72 in my first year as a mortgage loan officer in the real estate industry. Super cool to kind of see how far I've come since that first year. And it actually feels really good to publicize this because, again, there's not a whole lot of transparency when it comes to things like this, especially in the mortgage industry. So hopefully you kind of found some value or found this helpful if you are thinking about maybe coming into the industry, or maybe you've just seen some friends or seen some other people in the mortgage industry and have always wondered kind of what it takes or how they even get paid. Hopefully this kind of helps a little bit. And if it did, you already know, please hit that like button. Please share this video with a friend. Subscribe as usual. I always like it when you guys engage with my content because it kind of motivates me to make more content. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop me a comment down below on your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Tonight.